Wolf Springs artists, we are going to talk about different ways to use colored pencil. Obviously, it's to add color to something, but today we're going to talk about using colored pencil in a really artistic way. We're going to be talking about color blending, mixing colors the right way and the wrong way to use colored pencil. The first thing we're going to experiment with is using our primary colors to mix secondary colors. You can see I started with red and then made orange by adding yellow on top of it. On top of the yellow, of course, I added some blue to make green. We're just experimenting at this point with making secondary colors. However, if you press too hard to begin with, the colors won't overlap. You will only have one color. There won't be a lot of room to add other colors. The reason we want to experiment with making our own colors is so that we don't just limit ourselves to the 12 colors that come in our colored pencil bin. When you remember how to mix your own color, you can make a whole bunch of really awesome colors. To get those secondary colors just the way I wanted them, you can see I'm starting to overlap and layer different colors on top of each other. From this bird's eye view, you can really see the differences between the reds, the orange, yellow, green, blue, and violet. Now we're going to experiment with creating value. And the first thing we want to do is put down light color. That means I'm not pressing too hard. In fact, sometimes I barely press at all. With colored pencil, you can always put more on top, but it's really hard to erase it. Even if you have erasable colored pencil, they really don't erase super well. So start really light, and then you can press harder and get darker. The more layers you add, of course, the darker it's going to get. And this is a great thing to experiment with. By not using any white, just by controlling the color with how hard we press the colored pencil, that's going to give us a lot of options when we are using colored pencil in our drawings. Another thing I want you to notice is that the more I add colors on top, I change the way I put the pencil marks down. In this case, I start really light, and I definitely have straight up and down pencil marks. But as I go back, I'm using, and it's a little hard to see, I'm using sort of swirly marks or circles when I add my marks on top. That way, I don't get those streaks or lines when I'm blending. This can take a lot of work, and it takes a lot of patience to get the pencil to kind of do what you want. So we're going to practice and experiment today with some color blending and with making value in our color pencil projects. Remember, start really light, make your pencil work for you in little circles, and experiment. The more you experiment with your art supplies, the more comfortable you will feel with using them for different things.